Introduce me. I'm Kosejk, Head of Business Development at Visit Greenwich. If you don't know us, Visit Greenwich is the official destination management organization, or DMO, as we call it, for the Royal Borough of Greenwich. We were set up to promote, manage and develop Greenwich as a destination, as a place to visit, also live, work, study, and really enjoy and do business in. We are just over 7 years old, and before the pandemic, as a partnership membership organizations, which we were really going from strength to strength, really. We had over 140 commercial members or partners representing 150 businesses, and 95% of them based locally in Greenwich. And that was great. Our vision really, we only started really sharing it last year, is to establish Greenwich, or to have Greenwich recognized as the UK's best destination for heritage, culture, and entertainment. So those are kind of the areas where where we see our strength. So I'm just gonna share this slide here. Hopefully you can see this. Let me just move this on if I can. Right, there you go. So quick overview, really, I just want to share what we are doing right now, where we are and what we are doing, and what we expect to get for what we're doing, and also how you can work with us a little bit towards the end. As I mentioned, pre-pandemic, in 2019, actually, Greenwich had a record-breaking year with over 20 million visitors coming to Greenwich, which was for the first time since the Olympic Games. So in 2012, there was 20.78 million visitors to Greenwich. 2019 was for the first time since then that we really did well. The local economy generated over 1.5 billion from tourism and related activities, and we call it visitor economy because it's much more than tourism. And we're supporting in 2019 17,000 jobs. So last year, with the pandemic, when it hit, you can see that we lost over 60% of business in Greenwich. About 3,000 jobs, I believe, were lost, mainly in hospitality sector, maybe a little bit even more, because we were just talking earlier that the recruitment is a real problem at the moment. And for the year so far, using kind of the national trend in tourism statistics, we're looking to recover about 30% of additional business. So compared to last year, on 2020. So about 12 million people we're hoping that could visit Greenwich. This is mainly domestic, because the international travel is not really coming this year. And then figure time to 2024 there, we don't really expect the same level of visitor numbers and spend and overnight stays, etc., until about 2024, when really the international travel is going back to normal. But this is kind of the best forecast as people like Visit Britain can give us. So based on that, we just before the end of last year, we held a number of workshops with our Visit Greenwich board to agree the priorities for our work over the next year or so. The board has decided to focus on 5 key areas or working groups, and these are destination marketing, events and animation, skills, coherence partnership, and then Greenwich waterfront. And we have 5 project leaders who are the members of the Visit Greenwich board, who will be kind of leading on this in a kind of very agile project management style, reporting back to the board. And in all of these are our CEO, Barry Kelly, we've got Councillor Dennis Scott MacDonald leading on skills, which is really important in Greenwich as well. Then James Eaton, CEO at Woolwich Works, leading on events and animation. Rory O'Leary is a general manager at Doubletree Hilton, by London Greenwich, leading on the kind of coherence, partnership and the accommodation welcome sector. And then waterfront is a really important asset to Greenwich. You know, we have the largest, Greenwich is the largest waterfront in the London Borough along the Thames. And that project is kind of managed by CEO of Uber Boat Bottoms Clippers, Sean Collins. So this is kind of very briefly, you know, our strategic and very much, you know, from this areas, we go down to the real working groups who kind of implement what the board has envisaged. So what it is actually that we've been doing, really last year we started with kind of recovery campaign called It's Time, which was a campaign mainly focusing on supporting retail, hospitality, business and events, but everything was kind of lost and nothing has really happened. So with the first steps of reopening of the economy this April, we've supported the Royal Borough of Greenwich in their local high street initiative called Royal Greenwich Street Eats. You may have noticed some of this on social media, or maybe when one of the locations they were held in Eltham, in Kosejk Gardens, there were one in Woolwich, and I think there was also with the 3 months. So, and there was a fun out, you know, it was a bit of a photo shoot there, and for the first time you could actually sit around and have a pint again out. And I think that was the kind of the first injection, if you like, back into business as the vaccination, you know, program really rolled out across the UK in a, you know, great way, and much better than in the rest of the Europe, really. This all has helped. We, as a result of various funding projects and initiatives, actually first thing we really had to do, and what we were kind of working on during lockdown, because it's not like we shut down, we never did really. This took about 3-4 months to do. It was really brand new. We have partnered up with a leading destination developer called Simple View, the European company. They run most of the destinations sites in the UK. And really we offered our website, you know, much more functionality, including geolocation, content feeds and online bookability, which is another aspect we are really lacking, which kind of has increased our connectivity really to all the products that Greenwich can offer and sell. And I'm not talking about tourism products, you know, there's a lot of experiences and a lot of small businesses can really get involved in this, tour guides, you know, and anyone who's of a kind of local experience in pubs, you know, across all the sectors really. So that has been great as well, and we're hoping that this will be used to all of our kind of partners that we're working with. The booking engine, actually, if I go back to this slide of the website, is something that was developed with Visit Britain and Visit England called Tourism Exchange Great Britain, or TXGB short. And it's in a way, it's like an aggregator, if you like. It's kind of the pipeline behind all the booking engines that exist in the world of the online world, across the whole world, which is quite complex. But it's helping us kind of connect all the businesses, not just our key, you know, attractions, to the international market, which is great. Part of this kind of concept of making, kind of converting really what we do, our campaigns, into driving bookings and actually income spent in Greenwich, is kind of main objective behind this campaign that we launched last month on the 17th of May. Which was when everything, the big day in May last month, which seems like actually a long time ago already to me, at least, when everything reopened and several campaigns launched at the time, which is the next one as well. So this is called It's Time, Escape the Everyday, which links into what Visit England, Visit Britain is doing in terms of domestic marketing as well. And we are one of the few destinations that are actually given some funding to be part of it and really focus on Greenwich, because, you know, in terms of all we have to offer here, the open space, the green, you know, fresh air compared to London fits into what people are kind of looking for at the moment in terms of their desires and wanting to rediscover really. So we're using the Royal Greenwich, it's time creative under the banner of the Escape the Everyday. And really focusing on families with children, on BFR market, visiting friends and relatives, which are really important to Greenwich and local London residents as well. And also the new millennial generations, you know, which just really kind of stepped up on, be things that will come back. The first one will come back and will go traveling as well. And really our market in Greenwich has always been London. It's always been Southeast England, first and foremost. You know, that's the domestic travel, and then kind of rest of the England and then the international travel. This is somewhat just examples of how we're going to escape. We're working with some of the big Instagrammers, Hand Luggage, and also Secret London TripAdvisor is working in partnership with this. Another campaign that launched on 17th of May was the London Mayor's campaign called Let's Do London. It's actually the first really London domestic campaign, the biggest that's ever been here, created. It's using 7 million funds to promote London to the UK market. And just kind of to explain, Visit London or London partners who are behind this, their remit has always been to promote London internationally, not necessarily domestically. So this is the first time they're really doing it. And, you know, in Greenwich, we really want to be part of it again. We have to, you know, if we want to establish ourselves as the leading destination really in London, which we think we really are. So again, this campaign is using some creatives. Let's, you know, do anything that people kind of can imagine to do, escaping, wowing people, you know, having the best experience ever. So those are some of the messages behind. It's this campaign is kind of concurrent with the one that we launched called It's to Start Escape the Everyday. So just kind of enhancing what we do already. And I think it's quite exciting as well to be part of it. It's something that we've never done before, and we, you know, that's why we have new websites. So I try to do a lot of social media as well, which actually really works, and targeting the, you know, the kind of the desires, the needs that people want at the moment. The next campaign, which kind of be not to lose the momentum from what we're doing in summer, we kind of want to carry on into the September rest of the year. This is kind of a joint destination campaign with some of our partners that we work with. The O2 is part of it, City Cruises, Naval College, the Royal Museums, Greenwich Market, English Heritage. Those are the kind of campaign sponsors who wanted to really enhance their brand. The campaign message with this one is kind of, you know, it's about time to head out again and enjoy a place that's all about time. We're focusing on really again the Southeast England audience is Kent, Sussex, Essex, most day visits. We'll also push one of the staycations. So obviously we want people to stay over the weekend, hence, you know, the intercontinental message here, for instance. Working in partnership is just to kind of really drive the destination awareness and more visits kind of together rather than doing it independently. So what we're expecting really, and I'm coming to close, is, again, in 2019, these were the levels. So as I mentioned earlier, Greenwich got over 20 million visitors last year. The forecast is about 12. A lot of it includes, you know, if you see the split there, most of it is domestic anyway, you know, but we're expecting about 60% of the kind of forecast. And this could come again, you know, from all those various markets and target audiences that we are kind of reaching to. There's been, if you're really interested in a bit of statistics that could potentially, you know, help to market your business or kind of focus on new audiences, if you like, we use a lot of these data for ourselves and other partners. So I can make this easily available to you on request. And it's kind of part of what we do as well. As Visit Greenwich, we really want to work with you to get Greenwich back on the map. If the Greenwich brand is important to your business, join us as a partner, as a member, and we really add value to your business. If you become one of our commercial partners, you kind of benefit from everything we do, directly and indirectly, depending on the investment and what we decide to do. But we always try to encourage everyone in Greenwich, to work collectively and think about putting the destination first mindset. And sometimes that's the hardest thing to do, especially with big organizations. I'm talking global companies who don't need to really think like that, or never been, encouraged to think like that. But we really, I think, overcome that. We have an award-winning destination, welcoming, safe. We think we could really be Greenwich kind of Zone 2 could really become the new Zone 1, if you like, in the future. Collaboration has never been better, as I mentioned. I think a lot of our partners are really hungry to work with us, and it pays off to be proactive. We sell your products, not just on our website, but kind of, business to business. We can try new products, you can pilot new products and experiences with us if you want. You can sell them. So in this way, kind of, we can generate leads for you as well. Follow us, link us up on our social media. We're reaching over 30,000 followers at the moment on various channels. And a lot more through our websites and our partners reach as well. As I mentioned, we talk about recruitment, before the meeting. And employing local people at the moment is never been more important, really. And there's actually a lot of support and investment and funding that your organization can get in employing, apprentices and work experiences and placement from universities and local colleges. And it's really valuable because then, that tourism visitor economy sector is also easy to enter, and very encouraging. Tourism is the third biggest employer in the UK, generally speaking. And finally, you can invest. I think invest in yourself. I think invest in campaigns is wrong. I'm going to change this. I think by investing in us, you invest in your own business and you invest in destination. So I think that's a reason kind of talking about the campaigns. But there are companies who like to do that as well, and you can. So I think that's really kind of in a nutshell. Sorry if it took a bit longer, about what we do, who we are. I'll take any questions or put them in a chat or kind of contact me directly. There's a link which I can share. We have a What's New document. And for instance, we keep just an eye on everything new that's reopening, for instance, Woolwich Works dates and all the new events that kind of happening across Greenwich. And there'll be lots, actually. So you can keep an eye on that. Sign up to our newsletters as well. I can send a link later, but I'm going to leave it there. Thank you very much.